going? And welcome back to something about rails. Now in the last episode we worked on turning the carts that are no longer required and putting them back into their sidings. And in this episode, what we need now is to be able to run some steam trains with fuel. So, let's get started. So, for all this testing so far, we have been working with creative engines, and it's about time that we actually switch them over to steam. But of course, what steam requires is a little bit of water and a little bit of charcoal. So, we're going to have to set up something to refuel these guys before they even leave, and then if they have to come back, they'll also need to be refueled. So, let's start that off with some track. And we'll place it probably about here maybe? That should be good, eh? Yeah, it should be fine. We'll bring that along here. Yeah, probably that will do. We'll run this. It doesn't need to be that big, it just needs to be about there, doesn't it? To there. We'll also need to get ourselves a maul, so we can flip these guys into. Of course, they're going to be the wrong way because that's the way it works. We'll also need a crowbar to flip them around, right there. Now, of course, the idea is that the trains will be able to come in here, they'll be able to sit in here. We will need probably a few locking tracks. One here, of course, so that we don't have things ending up on the track if it's currently in use. We'll put one maybe here, and probably another one there, and we'll just set those into locomotive as well. And we'll grab ourselves a switch, routing switch for here, put that there, and we will also grab a routing book, which will do the really important things, which is basically needs refuel equals true, like that. That goes in there, and then if it's low on charcoal or water, it'll come along here, switch into here, take the long way around, and it'll stop at the various locations. So we've got the basic parts, which is awesome. We'll also, of course, need to grab ourselves a loader. Item loader. This is for our charcoal, so we'll put that there. And we need to, yep, that's really fine. We might just put a locomotive in there just to make sure that it only fills the locomotives up. So we'll grab a steam locomotive and stick that in there, like that. And we'll also grab another loader. Fluid loader, perfect. And we'll stick that, not there, but there, so it looks cool. And that guy there, we probably should do the same thing as well. We'll grab a locomotive and put it into the cart so it only ever fills up with that. And hopefully that'll do most of the job we need. Let's give this a try. So locomotive, no, that's the one we're currently using. Steam, not sure where I put it there. So we put this here. And flip it around that way. Flip it. There we go. We'll just stick it. Well, we need to give it a bit of fuel to start with, don't we? So let's grab some charcoal. And then charcoal and some water. Put a couple in there. One water there. Just enough to get it going. We'll idle that. Stick it on slow. And of course, we'll need to put some water in here as well. And some charcoal in here, and then hopefully that's all we need. Let's send it on its way. Is it got enough steam yet? Nope. Still waiting. I'll wait for the steam to go up. So, what else do we need for this? It seems... Oh, we also need, of course, our charcoal that we make at the charcoal hill needs to be brought in. So we'll go into about here. Put another one of those in there. Okay. We'll run maybe a cable along here. And we'll put a little gap here. Similar to what we've done previously, we're just going to unload our stuff here. Oh. Oh. Well, there's Mr. Noisy. Hello, Mr. Noisy. We'll stick that in there. We'll grab ourselves an unloader. Unload. Which will be this one. Now, the reason we're using advanced is so that we can choose which carts get emptied. Otherwise, of course, we don't want to unload our locomotive because it will have stuff to keep it running. So what we'll do is we'll just use chests in this case. So we'll grab a chest cart, stick that in there, and same along here. And there. And there, and of course, last but not least, on there. And that will only ever unload the chest carts. We'll need to grab ourselves some rail to run along here. And then, of course, we will need to moor this guy. And I'm thinking what we'll do, this will probably be the first one to have a destination base. Let's go dest equals... call it charcoal depot. Okay, done. Put that into there, and hopefully that read it. Cool. In some of the cases, we'll actually make this a little more different. And that's facing the wrong way. It should be facing that one, and that one should be facing that one. No, that one's. Yes, that's right. So then, if it's a charcoal, if it's one of our charcoals dropping off our charcoal, it will go along here. Along here, it all needs to stop on one of these, of course. And we'll put a locking track there with a maul as well, just to spike it. So that anything picking up will go this way, and our drop-off train will go that way. Cool. Stick that into train lockdown mode. And of course, I'll have to put some signaling in here so that we don't end up running things in there. I think that might actually be a bit too far. Let's take that one out. And we'll stick it there instead. This is not in the train mode because, of course, each cart has to be unloaded. So if we get to here, then we want the cart to continue. We want the cart to be held until it's emptied. What else do we need to do? We'll need to, of course, plug in some cabling. So let's grab transporter. Ultimate will be fine. And I'm thinking we'll run it along here. Maybe into some form of storage over here, because of course we don't want to go straight into our loader there. So let's go a really basic thing for now. One there and one there. And we'll use storage drawers, which are always great for storing things. So we'll go one of those there, and we'll want a controller and a slave. Stick that into there and there. Put our controller there, and our drawers will be on top. Oop. No, give me them. Thank you. Actually, facing the wrong way. Let's go. Ah! That, like that, and one there. And over here we'll put down a slave, which will let us... So the idea behind the controller over here is that we'll be able to place the charcoal that comes into the controller, which will distribute it across here, and then we can take it out from the slave over here. I might do another one actually, just looking at that. So let's grab that guy, take that out. That's not what I want to do. Slave there, and then a drawer there, and a drawer there. And that gives us plenty of storage. Might build some form of fancy building in here at some point as well, to make it a little bit prettier than it currently does. Of course, we'll go into here, and there's our slave. So we'll run our logistics pipe into there. I'm just going to make a little bit of room so I can access that. And we will need a configurator. Here. And we'll set this guy to be push. Shouldn't overly matter because you should do that by default, but still. And we'll get these guys to pull. And that just avoids trying to put the stuff back into the loaders, or the unloaders. And then on the other side, I might just dig into here if I can. Perfect. Where is our loader? There it is. Place it in there. Do I run a pipe along here, I wonder? Run the pipe along. Yeah, we could do that, I suppose. Run that along here. We will need to be able to access that, so we'll put that onto pull, which means it will pull out of there if it needs to. And we'll make this guy go into... Just have thought. Do we need to fill these guys up? Well, we don't. We do, don't we? So let's stick going straight into it from there. Let's go over here one. And we'll make that go in. Can I run? Actually, let's make it run. To rearrange this a little bit so it's not quite as messy down here, but we can do that. And then we can place another loader over here. So let's grab another one of these. And can I place it? Oops. Uh-oh. Turn off. Turn off. Never emit. Oh no. Okay, we're safe. That's fine. Yeah. So we don't want to emit a redstone out to that because that is going to end up releasing them. Not what we want. We were running a cable, weren't we? So that's going to connect to both of those, and we can make it once again so it pushes. I probably doesn't need to actually push in this case, but we'll do it anyway. That will push there, and we need to pull there, which it is. Cool. And if we were to now place as a test, let's just place some charcoal in here. Charcoal. Can I take it? I can't put it in. No. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. I could probably, let's grab a chest cart. I've got a chest cart there. Let's throw one of those on there then. Fill it up. Working? Doesn't look like it. Why are you not working? Oh, facing the wrong way. Take the track off. The hole has to face upwards. And then we'll grab this guy again and run it along here with our locking track there. And now if you place the track in there, the cart there. There we go, just unloading. We should see it going into there very quickly, awesome. And hopefully everything is working. One of these guys will have a whole bunch, there you go, look at that. I don't remember putting that much charcoal in there though. where did all that charcoal come from? Some charcoal in here. Just place that in there anyway, make sure it's not doing something weird. Okay. So that guy should be facing in towards those guys, which don't require fuel. In fact, why have we got these here? Let's get rid of these. I thought we were about to get rid of them. We don't need to have them around anymore. Okay, and we get rid of this guy too. That should stop that problem. Okay, so this guy's facing in this way, and he should now be set to manual, which means, of course, he will never output a redstone signal, because we only want to output a redstone signal when this guy's triggering. We'll also place one of these in here, and same thing there, manual. So these guys here will output a redstone signal in these points, which is fine. That is something else we need to work on. So this guy is emptying, which is cool. And the other thing we need to do is just test this. So let's go back to test this and put him on a slow run. Hopefully what will happen is he'll stop here, get filled up with charcoal, which he is, awesome. And then it will push it forward once he's full. Any moment now. Should push forward. Little water guy will come down, let him off. Fill him up with water. Very cool. Okay, so what we need to do, that's working. So next thing we need to do though is let's place a pipe of some form. So pipe. What have we got for pipes? Mechanical pipe. Yeah, let's use a mechanical pipe. We can run that down here. Be a really good spot. Run between there and there. And underneath here, of course, we will need to run it to something. Initially, I'm not planning, I'm just going to put a little infinite water source in here. But probably should allow for something to transport it, because I don't like the idea of having infinite water. It's a really cool feature of Minecraft, but it's really not something that's realistic. So for now, we'll just put a water source in here. Is that water? There we go, infinite water source from pressure pipes. And there, we'll configure this guy to extract. It's pulling, perfect. Very cool. Very cool. And now I'm stuck in here. Can I get out? How do I get out? Okay. Out. Thank you. Okay, so that fills that guy up, and he's got some steam. Cool, he's got full water, and we moves on. Awesome. And we should be able to do the same thing here with these guys once we stick them in there. So let's grab another one of these and see if it works. Put that there. The idea is while these guys are waiting around, they'll be given charcoal and water. So the water's working. I don't think we've got any charcoal in there, so let's just put some charcoal in. The test does cool. Very, very cool. Okay. So that works. So he goes in there. Cool. He's dropping stuff off. Signal worked. Charcoal has been dropped in. Awesome. Cool. And of course he's lucky. Every time he comes back into the depot, he is going to get refilled. But as you can see, I have made some adjustments to how it looks. There are now signaling on here. I've got a similar structure as what we've got over there, just to encase everything in there. Hopefully that will be everything. We're just waiting for this guy, of course, to finish off, which won't be too far away, hopefully. Okay, I'm going to end the episode here. You probably noticed that in the last scene and behind me, we now have some steam engines. And I had a really cool way of creating them, which originally wasn't in this episode. But when I was editing, I found it took a little longer than I expected, so I'm going to have to split this episode into two and move that stuff into the next episode. So for now, I'm going to end the episode here. If you've enjoyed this episode, please do leave a comment. If you like trains, computers, automation, all those types of things, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. But otherwise, have a great day, and see ya!